When I was 20 and still a student, I managed to save and invest over $7,000. I didn't come from money, I just learned as I went. Here's exactly how I did it, what I sacrificed, and what I'd do differently today. I started investing because I always wanted to be financially free. I've always dreamed of early retirement, traveling, and living life on my own terms. No one really taught me how. I just saw videos on my YouTube and my TikTok talking about investing, and I got curious. I started learning on my own, slowly building the habits of investing. At that time, I was working in a keto grocery store, and I was making around $500 every 2 weeks, so that is about 1,000 every month. I didn't have any budget system. I didn't really track my income or my expenses. I was just trying to save the most that I could at that time, and I didn't have a percentage of it. Like, let's say some of y'all save 20% of your salary. So on $1,000, that would be 200. I was just saving the most that I could every week. So the money that I saved every month was not the same from months to months. And I'm not perfect. I was still spending a lot of money on fast food because there was actually a Subway right in front of my store, and I was almost eating Subway twice on the weekends, and I was still spending on things I didn't need, on games I never really played, but they were on sale on Steam, and I just bought them. Even though I was still spending money on things I didn't really need, and I was nowhere near perfection, my system still worked because I was consistent on how much money I was saving every paycheck that I had. I know in the last part I told y'all a little bit on where I was putting my money, but now I'm really gonna go a little bit in depth. So one of the first purchase I've ever made when I started investing was Celsius, and I didn't have any specific reason. I just liked the brand, like the energy drink, and I bought Celsius, and I bought it at almost the peak. And if you guys go see the charts, it really dropped. I was almost like minus 50% at some point, but right now it's coming up. I'm in the green right now, so I'm happy with it. And then I started investing in a bunch of companies. Tesla, I had Tesla, which I sold for I think around 80 and 90% profit. I also bought some Amazon, Shopify, Realty Income Corporation, which is a real estate. Basically, they give me some form of dividend every month. Coca-Cola, some Pepsi, some Broadcom, and a little bit of Nvidia. But after that, I really got interested in ETF. I was buying a lot of SCHD because they are a high dividend paying ETF. I bought a lot of that, and then I stopped because I didn't know if it was still the path I wanted to follow for my journey. So then I started investing in some basic S&P 500, so basically VFV, which is VOO but Canadian dollars. I also added VCN and QQC. I think one of the biggest advantage that we have, and by we I mean young investor like myself or young people trying to invest, is that we have a lot of time ahead. Even if we make mistakes along the road, I mean, I still did a lot of mistakes and I'm still profitable to this day. And I, at the beginning, I didn't feel ready, so I didn't want to invest, but don't wait to feel ready. Just start doing it. Even if it's basic S&P 500, it's way better than actually doing nothing with your money, or even worse, spending your money on things you don't need. So if I do a little recap on how I was able to save and invest over $7,000 as a student, basically I just stopped spending money on things I didn't need. And every time I was thinking of buying something, I was asking myself, do I really need that? And most of the time, I was waiting like 2 or 3 days. And I'm not even kidding. Most of the time, after waiting 2 or 3 days, I didn't even wanted to buy that thing anymore. And I think it's one of the greatest thing everybody can do to actually save money without doing much. Just ask yourself, do you really need that? Wait a couple days. If the answer is yes, then buy it. If the answer is no, then don't buy it. And I know at first it might sound useless saying, okay, this week I'm gonna save $50 because you're gonna say, well, I can do really much with 50, but it's not the amount that's important. It's, are you consistent with it? So if you every week you put $50 in a saving account, after a month it's 200. After a year, it's 2600. And also, I don't know if I'm the only one, but when I was seeing like, oh, that is my first $1,000 saved, I always wanted more. I wanted 2,000, and then three, and then four, five. The more you save, at least for my part, the more I want to save, if that makes sense. All right, so I think I've talked about everything that I wanted to talk about. If I missed something or you want more information on things I talked about, feel free to ask any question in the comments down below. I'm reading all of them. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys next Saturday.